Well, hello, hello. Hi, Ian. Good to see you. Hi, Beth. Good to see you too. Yeah, I feel horrible. I did not see that Charlie and CK were streaming tonight until literally like 5 minutes ago. So I feel horrible, but I try to stick to my Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I figure it'll just, I feel like conflicting streams are inevitable, if I stream twice a week every week. So it just is what it is, and that's totally fine. I'm happy to have anyone here that is here, you know what I mean? So totally okay with if people, chose to go there instead. That's totally fine, because I obviously love them both as well. So regardless, I am looking forward to having a very productive stream tonight. I am at a point in my story where I need to make some progress. I am really hoping to actually get this chapter done before my Thursday stream, but I don't know if it'll happen or not. I'm currently hung up on a moment where they're in the middle of a drill, and basically I need to come up with some names for recurring background characters that are going to be kind of far in the background, mostly just used for kind of the combat drills and training and that sort of thing. And for whatever reason, I get really hung up on character names. If you've seen my spreadsheet, I'm very particular about not having too many characters with the same letters and stuff. So I am at a point where I'm taking a lot of time just trying to nail down these character names, which is driving me nuts. And then for the drill itself, I have a lot of ideas, but I almost want to sketch on a piece of paper what the area looks like, and then brainstorm from there how I want to implement the different obstacles and stuff. So I'm in a deep, I'm at a deep part in my story. You know what I mean? I have work to do. So I am ready to crank. Today is a day where honestly, if I got the Wheel of Doom, I would even kind of be okay with getting the Wheel of Doom, in all honesty. I need to put the effort in. So anyways, let's see. I'm going to flip through. I'm pretty sure I got the chat set up. Yeah. You guys are so sweet, but genuinely, I know there's going to be conflict. So, Ian says, I'm beta reading a chapter for a new authortube friend. Nice. Look at you making the rounds, Ian. Oh, Beth is asking, anyone I know? Yeah, I feel like the authortube community on YouTube is just so cool. It's so supportive. I'm going to give people maybe another minute or two, just in case anyone is still coming over. But then we are going to go ahead and spin the wheel and get into some sprints, because I am definitely ready to be productive for sure. Okay, Ian says, EJ Toll, he just joined the Discord. Oh, nice. I saw that there was the welcome tab had some, was lit up, but I hadn't looked at it yet. Oh, yep. There they are. Nice. I'm totally creeping on the Discord right now. Sorry. I'm really curious. I want to read up on them. Yeah, same. I saw the notification that there was someone new, but I just haven't deep dove or anything yet. Ethan. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. And they have a YouTube channel. Very cool. Yeah, I'm such a Discord creeper. I'll like things from time to time, but oh my God. And I just saw CK put up a new circus vision board. That looks incredible. Wow. I love a good mood board. I tell ya, I could just look at mood boards all day. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm behind on the chat. It was slightly less joined and slightly more, and Ian invited him. Ian, you're the wrangler for the Discord, I feel like. Yeah, see, Beth says, haven't you invited like half the people there? I feel like a lot of people, Ian is like the gateway drug to, or the gateway to the authortube Discord. Oh my gosh. That's too funny. You know, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. And it can be intimidating to ask to join, you know? I think Margot was the one who told me about it. Hi, Miles. Good to see ya. I'm stream hopping. Yes, I feel so bad. I did not realize that CK was streaming tonight until like 5 minutes before this. And that's my fault. Like, I just wasn't paying attention. So good to see you. Good to see ya. And totally understandable about the stream hopping, genuinely. So, all right, I think I'm ready to go ahead and spin the wheel and get into a sprint. How are you all feeling? Because I'm thinking I'm ready to get some work going for sure. Like I said, I need to make progress. I may spend the whole next sprint, like, finalizing these names, honestly. Okay, looks like you guys are ready. My chat's like taking a second to catch up here, but I can see on this side, you guys are ready to go. All right, cool. Doom. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for a Wheel of Doom today. I'm not going to lie. I haven't gotten it yet. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of in the mood for it today. Especially if it's like a smaller group of us. I feel like we can lock in and really be productive. So let's see. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so no Wheel of Doom, but I kind of thought that we would get the 1 hour for a minute there. That looks like a 1 hour to me, but the wheel says 25, so we're going to stay with 25. That's fine. 25 is it's a good way to like ease in, I guess. Let's see. Here we go. That says, yeah, I've got like 3 M names in my story. I need to fix that. Well, I don't even think it's bad if you have 3 M names as long as they're not in the same like clicks, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like in my story, there's different, like the characters kind of associate with different groups of characters in the beginning than they do in the middle, like for the fun and game section. And I just want to make sure they're not all, at least within the main clique, they don't all have the same names, you know, or names that start with the same letters. So I don't know why I'm so obsessive about that, but it really bothers me. So I take a lot of time to troubleshoot it. Miles says that was close. Yeah, it was close, but honestly, I would have been okay with like a longer sprint today. So we'll see. Ian said, I had for M names in an interview room, wasn't planned. I had for M names. Oh, 4 M names. Okay. I was like, for a minute there, I was really like, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. See, you don't think about it until you start tracking it. Like, I started tracking it with a color-coded list of letters. And I feel like, what was the letter that I saw where I was like, man, I tend to use a lot of this letter. I think it was F, maybe. Let me see here. Well, I've used so far, the letters I've used the most for names are A, B, and L. But F, I think, is a close, like, it seems to be one I keep having to steer myself away from. Miles, Marjorie, Miguel, and Millie. Oh, I love the name Millie, though. Like, I like all those names. Marjorie's cool, too. I love the name Millie. Beth says, main female character, Maeve. Her raven familiar, Magnus. Oh, I love the name Magnus. I like both of those names. And one of the villains was Marcus. Nice. Yeah, for whatever reason, like, we all just have our letters, right? That, like, we're drawn to, I guess. But, yeah, I'm actually going to find where I was on this page because I think this is where I'm going to live during this next sprint instead of my actual doc for a minute. Beth says, so Marcus needs to change. LOL. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess. Yeah. If you want to change one, I guess that's a good call. Because it sounds like Maeve and Magnus are kind of like intertwined anyways. So it would kind of make sense for them to both have M names. So yeah, I guess if you had to change one, you would change the villain. Yeah, I also try to be careful that my names aren't like too out there, because I feel like sometimes in fantasy the names can get very intricate, and like for me, I start to just follow those names by sight. I don't even try to sound them out as I'm reading them anymore. So like Ian says, I ain't changing shit. I may. You rolled that back real quick, Ian. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I just get really hung up on it. It's probably something that with time I'd get better about, but for right now, yeah. And I'm probably picking more names than I need to also, but I feel like because of some of the drills I want to do, I want to be able to kind of like alternate between some of these background characters. So I don't want to be too locked in on like 2 background characters, you know? So Margot, I was talking about you before. I was saying Margot's the one that got me into the authortube Discord. Margot and Ian, kind of. I think you both in the end were like helping me in the final stretch, and Beth too, maybe. But and Margot, you're just in time. We're about to start our first sprint, actually. We already spun the wheel. Sorry, I feel like I was a little antsy this time and like spun it quick, but we got a 25-minute sprint, I think, right? Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, we got a 25. So it's a nice, easy warm-up. Miles says, Margot, my darling. Just got off a phone call with a friend and I'm ready for productivity again. Nice. Yes, Margot, very happy to have you here. We're all racing each other to invite you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, I'm really glad that you all kind of like encouraged me to take that step and join the Discord, because I think it has been very like reassuring and comforting to find community. On YouTube, you feel a lot less alone. Like even watching people, like, this is horrible. I didn't give any advice on this because I feel like I'm not the best at giving advice on like technical stuff as much as I like to fiddle with it myself. If I don't have it in front of me, it's very hard for me to kind of like give advice on what to do. But even when people comment saying like, oh, I've been spending so long, like I think Jess was saying like she was having trouble uploading a video, and I'm like, relatable. Relatable. And it's so nice to hear like other people kind of struggle with the same stuff. Like, not that I want any of us struggling, but it's nice to see that I'm not the only one that struggles with that from time to time. Beth says, that's a future me issue. Zero draft, first draft, rough draft, whichever you prefer to call it, is just for getting the story out of my brain. Yes. And I think that's the right approach. Like, I think I definitely overthink. Like, I think I'm an over planner. I know that about myself. And I think that's partly why I move so damn slow through this first draft. Like, because I'm constantly overthinking like every sentence I put down. So yeah, I aspire to kind of like relax a bit more. Like, I was talking to my mom about these names and she was like, well, can't you replace them later? And I was like, I could, but they're, you know, important. And I don't want to have to circle back. And like, by then I've used up letters on other characters, and then those letters won't be available for these characters. And like, it's just a whole deep thought process for me. So yeah, I need to like let go a little more with this first draft for sure. Margot sending lots of hearts. Love it. All right. Well, are you all ready to jump into the first sprint? Are we ready to get going? We've got our cute little 25er. And like I said, hopefully by the end of that, I will come back and have like my names picked. I do have some that I'm like already in favor of, but I have 2 more letters that I want to like look at. I look at baby name sites, you know, to find their names. So I do want to look up baby names with 2 other letters, and then I'll kind of like narrow them down and decide which ones sound best together. So, but let me know if y'all are ready to get writing, and I'll put the 25 up on the screen and we'll get hopping. All right, cool. Beth, Beth is ready. Margot's ready. Ian's ready. All right, here we go, guys. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the other side of 25. Here we go. Okay. How did that sprint go for everyone? It was very helpful for me. I didn't get a single word down, but I did pick my names and then some other logistical things that I needed to figure out from there. So I did figure out some pretty good stuff during that sprint. How did everyone else do? I feel like the rest of you may be deep in thought, and that's okay. All right, so I'm thinking, oh, Beth, let's see, Beth says 300 words. That's really good, Beth, especially for a 25-minute sprint. That's very solid. Nice. And I know Ian is beta reading, so let's see. Margot said, put some groceries away, ate some Rainier cherries. Never heard of that. Did some dishes. Did some planning for Miles's story time tomorrow. I saw that in the Discord. That is really cool that they're doing that. I think it's really neat. I thought about popping in. I saw them doing it a couple days ago, and I thought about like popping in and trying to like listen, but I don't know. Do you have to like do you have to talk if you go in, or can you just listen? I mean, I guess I should talk. I should try to like be more social. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Ian said, I'm 2 pages in and just realized that the 2 main characters do not, in fact, have the same last name. They are Moose and Goose, not Goose and Goose. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love Moose and Goose. That's great. I actually caught that one as I was going through. Thanks, though, Ian, for the correction. Margot says you can just listen. Okay, good to know. Or text chat along with it. Okay. Because yeah, I definitely want to listen. Like I think I've said this before on stream, but reading people's snippets is like one of my favorite things in the Discord. So I feel like Miles's story time would be just so much fun. Like I would love hearing everyone's works. So yeah, I need to buck up the courage to go in there one of these days and listen along. I don't know if I could tomorrow just because I've got a pretty busy week the rest of the week, but yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it because I feel like I've caught it a couple times now. Christina is here. I am here for the wheel, LOL. No problem. No problem at all. We just finished our first sprint, so we'll probably do another one in just a minute here, honestly, because I feel like we're all pretty locked in tonight. It's like a smaller group tonight, and so I think we're just ready to like crank, you know? So we'll probably hop into another one. In fact, that being said, like, are y'all ready to hop into another sprint? Because I definitely could go right into another one. I feel like I'm in a flow state, you know? I'm really getting quite a bit done. So let me know what you guys think. Beth is ready. Margot said, how are the vamps? Is that Christina? Are you doing the vampire story? I've seen this. I think I saw the board on Discord. I think I liked it. Let me see. I don't know how to work. I swear the Discord, I'm like, on certain pages, I'm so lost on how to navigate them. But I could have sworn someone posted a vampire board. Oh, Beth says a few of us have vamp projects. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of then. Ian says, I'm ready for anything. Okay, good. Good to know. I'm glad. Ian's so chill. He just goes with the flow. Margot says, sounds good. Okay. Beth says, yeah, a few of us have vamp projects. Yeah, I definitely saw someone's on someone posted a vision board, and I liked it. And see, sometimes people post the vision boards like outside of the vision board tab or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know where I saw it, but I definitely saw one. Ooh. Yeah, see, Project Vamps. I'm pretty sure I saw that and liked it in Discord somewhere, but maybe I'm misremembering. But the Vamps are in a dilemma. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Hopefully things don't get too dicey. Margot's dying laughing. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's get over to the wheel and get another sprint going. What do y'all think? I mean, I think you guys are pretty on board, so I think let's dive in. Hi, McKenna. Good to see ya. You're just in time. We're about to go over to the wheel. But yeah, we're gonna go over to the wheel and see how long our next sprint's gonna be. Margot says, hi, McKenna. All right, let's get on over there. Just see what we're in for. Oh, McKenna's coming through with the wheel emojis. You and Christina both. Let's see. Again, so close to the Wheel of Doom, but yet so far. I feel like we always end up on like either side of it. But that's okay. All right. Let me get this set up. 40 minutes is good. I feel like that's actually a good time for. I feel like I just say that every time we land on a time on the wheel. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what we needed. Okay. Ian says, we'll take it. Locking in. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm ready to like lock in and keep. Evelyn be like, time is good. Exactly. Like, I just feel, I don't know. I guess I just need to be forced. Okay, that's horrible. I feel like I need the wheel to hold me accountable, right? To make me like work for a certain amount of time. And until I know what time it lands on, I'm just kind of like open to whatever. Like some days I come in and I'm like, no, I just want smaller sprints. But most of the time, like I feel like I'm pretty open, especially on nights like this when we have a smaller group and I feel like it's more intimate and it's almost like a writing group. I'm like, yeah, let's just lock in, like give me the big numbers. Not that 40 is a big number, but I would much prefer 40 over like 15 right now. So Christina says, truly just going with the flow. I love it. Same. Yeah, I feel like I'm just like in a good frame of mind tonight to get a lot done. You know, I'm really trying to make some progress, some meaningful progress in this chapter, you know, so I just feel like I'm in a good headspace tonight, very productive headspace. So, all right, that being said, I have 40 minutes on the clock. Let me triple check. Yeah, 40 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and get it going, but I wish you all the best of luck and I will see you on the other side of 40 minutes. Here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, am I that tired? Like, I thought I was in a great headspace and here I am hitting the wrong buttons. Anyways, here we go. Now I have hit 40 minutes. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. Hey guys, sorry, 1 second. I'm just finishing up one sentence or one thought. Done. Okay, perfect. How did that sprint go for everyone? How are we feeling? I feel like that was like, oh, by the way, also welcome, Sarita. I saw you come in. Just wanted to say hello live. Yeah, Spin's Wheel of Doom. Yeah, it may happen. I'm kind of hoping it happens. Like, I'm not shocked it hasn't happened yet, but I do want to experience it at some point. So I'm just waiting for that moment. Let's see. Yeah, feel free. I'm going to catch up on the chat in 2 seconds, but feel free to share last lines if any of you have them and want to share them. I have this little banner. I always forget to put it up, but let me see. I have this little banner to remind people to put in their last lines, and I always forget to do it because I need to actually put it up when I'm like 5 minutes to the end. But yeah, feel free to share your last lines. I would love to hear them if anyone wants to share them. Let's see. I'm going to do a quick tally of my word count because that was a good one for me. Okay. So this is good by my standards. Just keep that in mind. But I got 446 words and I felt like it was flowing pretty well. So I was very happy with that last sprint, in all honesty. All right, now let's see how you all did. Yeah, Ian's seconding Sarita about the Wheel of Doom. Yeah, we'll see if it ends up happening tonight. You know, who knows? Tonight could be the night. Margot says, got some more apartment cleaning done and ate ramen for a late lunch. Nice. Nice. Aren't there like a million different types of ramen? I could be misremembering that. But if there are, let me know if you had a like funky flavor or something. Because I remember I used to eat it back in the day a lot. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure there are like a bunch of different flavors, but maybe I'm wrong. McKenna got 268 words and made dinner. Nice. Very nice progress, McKenna. Beth said, oh my God, love my last line. This is what caused me to say, like, if anyone wants to share their last lines, I would love to hear them. Yeah, McKenna's seconding me share. So is Sarita. That's fine, Beth. I can read them both. Okay, McKenna says, while the public saw him as the Bill Clinton of the early 2020s, saxophone playing and all, Vice President Elliott also shared many of Clinton's less savory traits. Interesting. Very good, McKenna. McKenna, I'm surprised too. Did you come in mid-sprint and get all that done? Can't remember if you came in before the sprint. I think you came in before the sprint, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think you came in before. I'm misremembering. But yeah, you're killing it, McKenna. That's a great last line. Ian said, I'd love to know the word count for my inline comments. I feel like I'm writing more than what I'm reading. Yeah, I can see that. I feel like I hear that about your like beta reading, Ian, that you're like very thorough. But again, I think that's a good thing. So Christina says, used the first half of that sprint to eat dinner and then only read what I wrote last time. So no new words here. No problem. I do that too sometimes. Like, you need to sometimes go back and reread at least the last few paragraphs to kind of remember where you left off. But I like to sometimes read, or a lot of times I like to read like from the top of the chapter. Miles says, I can literally put everything I wrote in one message. Turns out losing both your feet and most of your left leg. Oh my God. Miles, this is brutal. What is happening to this poor character? They are going through something. Oh my gosh. They are really going through it. It's going to be a true crime documentary about what happened to that character. Beth says, Maeve gasped, her eyes flying open as she returned to her body. The ritual circle around her had gone dark. The alabaster's bowls shattered. Bowls? I think it's bowls. She was lying on her back with Rowan, Kieran, and Alara hovering over her with worried expressions. Nice. That's really good. I love some of like the names that you pick for your story, Beth, are pretty fire. They're pretty great. I think Rowan, I've heard that one before, but Kieran and Alara, I don't know if I've heard those before. Those are nice. Yeah, McKenna's liking it. Yeah, right before the second one. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure you came in before, now that I think about it. Beth is seconding that she also likes McKenna's line. Last line I read, LOL. If their arm is to protect me, to remain loyal to... Oh, their aim. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm so sorry about that, Christina. Okay, if their aim is to protect me, to remain loyal to me, I wince at my wondering if he's alive. My hope for his survival, so devout it could rival the piousness of the monks. Wow. Fire. You guys are, I feel like sometimes, are you guys lying about these being your last lines? McKenna says, thank you. Yours is so fun too, at Beth. I love the name Maeve. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. She's got some good names. Christina, monks being a special kind of vampire in my world. Ooh, love that. That's really cool, actually. That's awesome. Miles, lava happened. Oh my gosh. Due to lava. Oh, lava. I love this little emoji, this little orange, like, dog looking thing. That's great. Lava. Good stuff, Beth. Yeah, the names are great. Is this that's a volcano. For a minute there, I don't know why. I thought it was like a UFO with the beam of light coming down from it. Beth says, thanks, y'all. I'm loving this story. It sounds like it. It sounds very smooth. Like, not easy to read in the sense that it's not a challenging book, but just, you know, when you read a book and you're like, oh, this is such a nice read because it's just everything flows. Like that 2-part sentence, you know, is a couple sentences. It flowed really nicely in my mind. Christina says, I mean, I already cheated because it was just the last line I read. Oh, that's right. But you gave me a disclaimer. You told me that. Ian says all the last lines have been awesome. I'm sorry. I didn't kick him, but I just moved my foot off my chair and it bopped Mikey in the face. He always sits under my desk. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the last lines are great. Ian says, here's my last comment. Since we haven't heard from her in a bit, this would be clearer if you named them both or simply said the moose and the goose. Nice. You know, I think Brandon Sanderson made a comment. I'm like a total Brandon Sanderson fangirl. But anyways, he made a comment about with dialogue, he would rather people include dialogue tags than not, even if they feel that the dialogue tags are redundant. Because as the reader, if you do lose track of who's saying what, he was just like, I'd rather always know who's saying what than have to kind of guess. So I know, poor Mikey, you know, we say poor Mike, but he sits under here with a blankie. Every time I stream, he's under here with a special blankie that I got for myself that is now his blankie. Okay. As are so many of my blankies, but he has his own blankie and his little dino stuffed animal. So he's okay. He's not suffering. Beth said, I need to finish watching the Brandon lecture series. I made it halfway and then stopped watching, and he gives so much info. Yes, I watched the first set of lectures that he did years ago and took notes on my phone as I was watching. So I love having that as a resource. And then he decided to re-record them after I did that. And so this time I just kind of rewatched because I do feel like a lot of the information is somewhat the same. But I think I still have the last lecture to watch from the new re-recorded series, but they're definitely worth the watch if you get the chance, in my opinion. Christine says, oh, he's totally set up nicely there. Straight chillin'. He really is straight chillin'. I mean, he sits here the whole time. Like every once in a while, I'll get up for 2 seconds while we're on a sprint to like run him outside real quick or something like that. But for the most part, he's content to just, I always joke when I go to my desk, because when I'm in school full time, I'm at my desk all day. I always joke that like he clocks in with me. When I clock in to do my schoolwork, he clocks in under the desk. He knows like he has to be my emotional support dog and be here with me. So he's a sweet boy. Beth says, yeah, I'm taking notes from this year's lectures. Yeah, it's worth it. Like if you can just pull up Google, and it's nice if you do it on Google Docs on your phone, because then you can pull up the Google Docs on your desktop and, you know, have it as a reference as you move forward with your writing. Margot says, gonna actually revise this next sprint. Anyone down to help me pick which chapter to work on? Ooh, nice. Let me just whip out another wheel, Margot. We'll put all the chapters on a wheel and see which one you should revise. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, someone should put a random number. What are the ranges of? Okay, there we go. Margot read my mind. You got to pick a number between 1 and 5. Oh, you got some answers. You got some people already putting in suggestions. McKenna says 4. Christina says 5. I don't know if we'll get any more. We'll see. Anyone else want to give a suggestion? Pick a number between 1 and 5 and throw it in the chat. Yeah, McKenna was not playing. McKenna moved with intent. Ian says 4 also. Margot, McKenna got there quick. Yeah, I'm doing handwritten notes. Helps me with adding it to my knowledge bank. Oh, that's true. I have heard that it helps with retention to handwrite them. I'll put it in digital form when I finish. Nice. Well, you've got another Beth said 4 also. So Margot, you've got quite a few 4s there. So do what you will. McKenna says, I take this seriously. We can tell, McKenna, because you were on that. You were on that like white on rice. Margot says 4 seems to be the answer. 5 will be if I finish 4. Nice. Ian says it's not random. I don't like odd numbers. Me neither. Me neither. Oh my gosh. You guys are so funny. All right. Well, speaking of even and odd numbers, do we want to get into another sprint? How are we feeling? Because I think we definitely could fit at least one more in tonight, depending on maybe 2, depending on how long the next 2 are. And I'm at a good point, so I'm ready to keep going if y'all are. But don't hesitate to let me know if, you know, you feel differently. Margot says, let's go. Love it. Christina, yeah, so down to actually write this time. Nice, nice. Yeah, I feel like but that's necessary. Sometimes you got to get other things out of the way first, you know? And you were rereading, right, Christina? Yeah, I think you were rereading. Yeah. You got to do that to get your head back in the right headspace. Oh my gosh. Ian, who sang this? I can like hear the song in my head. Oh, that's going to drive me nuts that I can't think of it off the top of my head, what the group was. It's not the group that had the red, like, do you know what I'm talking about? Almost traffic cone looking things on their head. Is it? I don't think it's that group, but I might be wrong. Christina says, yeah, and I didn't realize the very cute scene I left on last time, so I'm ready. Nice. That's like the best feeling when you're really excited about the scene that you're going into. Dead or alive. Okay, so yeah, not the group I was thinking of. Does anyone know the group that I'm talking about that like they had the red oh my gosh, I feel really dorky right now, but they had like red. Hold on, I'm totally gonna look this up real quick before we spin. Music group. Yes, Devo. That's who it was. Yeah, the cones. Oh, thank God. You guys get me. You guys get me. I didn't even have time to Google it before Margot was like, Devo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't know why I thought McKenna. You are like so on it with the emojis. I love it. Yeah, Christina says, yeah, the cones. I don't know why that's like burned into my brain, but yeah, Devo. Sarita. Yes, I'm down. Sorry, I disappeared to deal with children's story in my life. No worries. I have total empathy for that. So genuinely, I mean it when I say I'm just happy to have people here as long as they can be here. You know, like this is just a time for us to like lock in and work as much as we possibly can during this time frame. And that looks differently for everyone. You know, everyone has other things they're balancing, other plates they're spinning. So you got to do what you got to do, you know, and I admire you for still putting in the time to write on top of everything. Margot says, I think it's stylized in all caps. I'm not being aggro. Stylized in all caps. Devo. Oh, I didn't see it do anything. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, you didn't want to put it in all caps. Okay, I get you. I get you. Yeah, I think that's how they have it, how the band has it. I totally get you. No worries. Yeah, that took me a second to catch that. I feel like I can picture it coming up on my empty. That's what I can picture them with, like, the white backdrop. Like, they were just in, like, a plain white backdrop studio type of thing. I don't know why I see that so vividly in my mind, but Christina says, I see you, Margot. All right, let's get over to the wheel and see what fate has in store for us. Margot says, I feel seen, Christina. You guys are so funny. All right, here we go. Again, so freaking close. Just on the other side. All right, I'm going to deny that I ever wanted the Wheel of Doom in future streams anyways, so it's fine. All right, 35 minutes. We can do it. All right, hold up, hold up. Here we go. And I'm saying hold up more to the timer than you guys, so. Yeah, we can at least get one more. We can at least get this sprint in, maybe one more. I try to shoot for, like, ending around 9:30. Sometimes if we go a little later, that's okay, but we'll see. McKenna, Doom. I keep forgetting, too. I need to give you guys time to put in guesses. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. Margot, love a 35. Me too. Me too, Margot. Margot's with me tonight on just, like, riding that wave, taking it as it comes. You know, we're just going to make the best of every minute given to us, right, Margot? Yeah, McKenna. Slay. Oh my gosh, I love that. Christina says, I want to be here when it hits the doom. It'll be a momentous occasion. Yes, it will. Like, I should code something where, like, if it ends on that, like, streamers will go off or something. Or I guess that wouldn't be fitting. There needs to be, like, fire that comes up from the bottom of the of the screen for the regular wheel or something. I don't know how I'd do that. I'd have to see if I could figure that out, but that'd be pretty funny. Let's go. I went thrifting. You know, I went thrifting the other day for my brother for graduation. Asked me to thrift him, like, a, what do the kids call it? Like a thrift, not a thrift haul, but yeah, kind of just do like a thrift haul for him. Which has nothing to do with graduation, but he just, anyway, so I did a thrift haul for him. And one of the hats I saw while I was out was a Luigi hat, which I don't think Luigi says let's go. I think it's just Mario, but maybe they both say it. I don't know. But I saw, like, a Luigi hat. It was pretty cool. McKenna says, if I'm not there when it hits Doom, I will be so upset. Well, I guess you got to keep coming. You got to look, maybe that'll motivate us all to, like, keep coming to the streams, you know, myself included. It's like, we want to see the Wheel of Doom. We want to have, like, we want to be there for the moment. But it's good. Maybe by the time it happens, we will have all finished our books. You never know, you know, and we'll all be able to say the Wheel of Doom. Like, I'll be able to look at it and go, the Wheel of Doom got me, you know, to the end, to the finish line, maybe. You never know. We keep landing, like, just around it. Christina says, OMG, save McKenna. Haha, yes, I cannot miss the Doom. I love how everyone capitalizes the Doom, too, like, every time. No, we haven't had the Doom yet. I will say, when I put it on the initial wheel, I set it up so that it's, I mean, it is really a sliver on that wheel. So our chances of getting it are small, but I've gotten the sections that are, like, just one notch above it as far as width. We've gotten that a few times. I think they're the 55s and the 1 hour and that sort of thing. We've gotten it. So it's only a matter of time. It will land on it eventually. Ian says, my guess is Ian, come on now. Come on. I need to give y'all time to do the guesses. Lava. Oh, lava could come. I should get lava to come up when the Wheel of Doom happens. That'd be pretty funny. Sarita, my heart skipped a beat skipped a quick beat just quietly. It might, yeah. When I spin it, I do get a little like, oh, is it gonna land on it? In my acknowledgements, it'll read, and most of all, thank you to the Wheel of Doom. I don't know why that's making me laugh so hard. And most of all, thank you to the Wheel of Doom that got me through. Okay, anyways, I gotta reel it in. Love that. Yeah, that's gonna be, I'm gonna have to like steal that, Christina, for my book too, whenever it's finally finished. I'll have to put like to the Wheel of Doom and all of those that suffered alongside me on live streams or something. Oh, this is so funny. Let's make a blood pact right now. Everyone in the stream must thank Doom. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. But it does, like, I don't know, it gives you something to look forward to. And if in the meantime we end up doing a bunch of productive sprints, then it will have served its purpose, I guess. So, Sarita, haha, yes. I would. Insert Elmo fire meme here. Oh my god. You guys are so funny. What the heck? Christina, it'll be a string of books that mention the Wheel of Doom, and everyone's like, but what is it? Oh my god. McKenna, honestly, I'm so excited. Yeah, I feel like... Sorry, Mike. I swear, I'm not kicking him or anything. I'm literally just moving my foot, and it keeps tapping his face. But, troll everyone. Oh my god. Bruh, I'ma do it. You guys are so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm excited for the day it happens. It'll be huge when it does, honestly. I need to start, you know, I was thinking about actually starting to put in the titles, like, for the ones that are me by myself, putting like Wheel of Doom is in play or something. Like, just so you guys can keep track of like when it's in play and when it's not. Let's see. Christina, I'm so gonna do it. McKenna says, I'm 1000% serious. But we have to hit it first. That's true. That's true. No one can credit it, myself included, if we don't actually hit it, you know? Yeah, I don't know if that would like scare people though that are unfamiliar with the stream if I put in all caps like Wheel of Doom is in play or something in the title. I feel like people would be like, what the hell is this person streaming? But anyways, oh my gosh. Ooh. All right, that being said, did I set this timer up? Yeah, I did. All right, let's go ahead. Let's, excuse me. Jeez Louise. Let's go ahead and go into our next sprint because I would love to fit in. No, you're good, Christina. I love it. You all crack me up so much. But yeah, let's do one more. Let's go into this sprint and then we'll see where we're at when we finish. Sarita says, or, you know, we never get the Wheel of Doom, but stream so much for it, we finish anyway. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, a bunch of us could finish our books before we even get it. I mean, I don't know that will happen because I do think the wheel, I don't really know how it picks, like, where it's going to land. But I feel like at some point it's going to land on it. It just will take a while. The threat of doom motivates. That's true. That's true. Carrot versus a stick. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've got to, right? Like, you need something to kind of push you. That's why I like the wheel a lot. It motivates me. I'm someone who's like what's the term? A productive procrastinator. Like, I'll find a million things to do other than the thing I really need to do. They'll be productive, but I do procrastinate. And so it's nice having these streams and the wheel and stuff to kind of like push me and hold me accountable. So, all right. McKenna says, I feel so seen, Evelyn. I'm telling you, like, I need that. I need that structure or else I'll never sit to write, because writing is, a lot of people equate it to, or I shouldn't say a lot, but I've heard a few people equate it to going to the gym. And I feel like that's a very good comparison, you know? You don't really want to go, but once you go, you feel great. So I feel like that's the kind of thing I get out of these streams. It's like, I'm excited to see you all and everything and chat with people, but sometimes I get like, oh, I just don't feel like writing today, you know, but the stream makes me sit and write and the wheel holds me accountable. So, all right. With that being said, we have 35 minutes on the clock. We're going to go ahead and get cracking. I wish you all the best of luck, and I will check back in with you on the other side of 35 minutes. Here we go, folks. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, we're all good. How did that sprint go for everyone? I know everyone's probably still just coming back from it, so I'm going to give you a minute to get everything in, and I'm going to tally my own word count as well. Let's see. Okay, I got 342, which is good for me. This next part's not as, like, I don't want to say not as interesting, but it's more of like a clerical part, so like a necessary clerical part, so I'm kind of okay with that. McKenna says, I did the dishes. Nice. That's productive. Ian, I beta read some more. Very nice. Beth says, got dinner figured out, ordering Zaxby's. Nice. I've never had Zaxby's, but I see it all the time. Like in people's vlogs and stuff. Was able to write a little bit and got another interesting last line. Feel free to share by all means, Beth. Like, I would love to hear it. Miles says, well, I watched an episode of SWAT that ended up triggering something I didn't know was therapy material, so cried for 30 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, Miles. I'm sorry. Yeah, therapy is like so important. I was talking on my last group stream about this. We weren't talking during the stream about it, but we were talking about it beforehand. I'm sorry that happened, Miles. Hopefully you can, do something calming before the end of your night at least. Margot says, got 185 words added and then like 250 cut for this chapter. That is still progress, I think. I think I told you guys before, but I cut like 900 something words in chapter 8. I mean, I rewrote chapter 8 3 times until I finally felt it was just right. So sometimes you have to strip away what's not working to find what does work. Christina got 202 words. Nice. Very good. Ian says, what's Zaxby's? Yeah, the people are gonna tell you. The people are gonna tell you. Miles says, love Zaxby's. That says fried chicken place like Raising Cane's. I've never been to a Raising Cane's either. I think they just put one in near me. But I've never been there either. I'm not a big fried chicken person. Margot says, oh no, Miles. Yeah, hopefully you can maybe like have some hot tea or something. I feel like having something hot like helps calm me down. It's different for everyone, but having something warm like a heating pad or something, maybe that would help calm me down. Ian says, I live in Canada. It's all moose and beaver up here. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not even going to ask the clarifying question I was going to ask. I'm not even going to ask it. Beth says, last line, Maeve thought of the reflection pool. Sorry, let me start that over. Maeve thought of the reflection pool and the blurred face. Or perhaps he's in the process of transformation and doesn't understand what's happening to him. Nice. I like it, Beth. I like it. Yeah, keep the last lines coming, Beth. I'm into it. And anyone else that wants to share a last line, obviously, like, feel free. Love to hear them. Ian says, I've never heard of Raising Cane's either. We have KFC and Popeyes and Swiss Chalet. See, I've never heard of Swiss Chalet. But we have a KFC. I don't even know. Do I have a Popeyes near me anywhere? Yeah, we do. But I don't go to KFC or Popeyes, really. My brother loves Popeyes. I'm just not, like I said, I'm not a big fried chicken person. Miles says, it's okay. Honestly, needed to release, so I'm good. Okay, good. My therapy just got cut this week, so I'm going to have to keep this one reined in for a bit. Bummer. Yeah. It sounds like you're in a good spot, though, Miles. It sounds like you have a good, like, self-soothing kind of routine, maybe, so that's good. Beth says, more like Popeyes, chicken strips, chicken sandwiches, chicken salads. Gotcha. Sarita says, I've been trying to get my draft to match back up with my outline, so been re-outlining, but great things are happening, so it's fine. Yeah, there's a lot of people that swear by reverse outlining, like they'll write the whole book and then go back and kind of touch up an outline or even do an outline for the first time. So you just do what works for you, I know my outline has already changed a little bit. I do try to stick to mine too pretty like closely, but I've changed a couple things. I feel like that's inevitable. So Ian says, I was just being silly. Canada is normal. Okay, good. I know Canada's normal. I have a good friend who's Canadian. I know a few people who are Canadian, and Canadians are pretty damn nice. So, yeah, Canada's very normal. Arguably more normal than the US, especially right now. So Christina says, my last line. He wrapped the towel around me, drying my arms. Girl? Okay. Okay. I will need more context in future, but very interesting. I like it. I like it. See, the true last line is, I didn't think it was boring. I'm trying to figure out, like, did you fall into did the person fall into a body of water or something? Or were they like getting out of the shower? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Miles says, fun fact, in Springfield, Missouri, I think that's Missouri, right? There's something locals call the chicken strip because like every fried chicken chain set up shop there. I believe that. You know what? I believe that. That's pretty cool, actually. That's so funny. Margot says, my last line is not interesting. Haha. Not that Daphne could truly complain. That works. By the way, I considered the way you spelled Daphne. Hold on, I'm going to pull this back up. I remember I wanted so badly to name a character Daphne in here in my story. And I saw that spelling somewhere and I was like, oh, that would be so cool. And then I didn't end up doing it. I think because I had like conflicting letters. I already had someone else with a D name, but I'm so jealous because I love that name. I've loved it ever since Scooby-Doo. Like Daphne on Scooby-Doo was just iconic. So Miles says they had to build a new street for the drive-through lines. You know what? I believe that too, because we got, so it's not even, you really can't even call this fried chicken at all. But when we got a Chick-fil-A in my hometown, people camped overnight to go to this Chick-fil-A the day it opened because my town was so small. We had very few dining options. People were so excited about it. And for a very long time afterwards, the line would get so long, it would back up. We only had like one main road and it would back up the one main road. So they had to kind of do the same thing. They had to add another like drive-through entrance on another side so that you could navigate it successfully. So yeah, I believe that. Christina says, I love a good chicken strip. And now I'm hungry. LOL. Yeah, I scarfed down pizza like an animal before this stream started. I was like in a time crunch and I inhaled like 3 pieces of pizza. So thank God I'm okay. But I don't blame you if y'all are getting hungry. Miles says, arguably, definitely more normal than the US. Yeah, definitely. I try to be like, I try to tiptoe around it, but no, definitely. Daphne, my darling girl. Yeah, I just love that name and I love the spelling of it and everything. Like I know in Scooby-Doo, I think it's just spelled like Daphne, but I love the different spelling. That spelling is slightly closer to a true translation from the Greek version. Oh, Mike, you trying to move? You stuck? Yeah. I know you got a big yawn. Let's see. Margot said that spelling is slightly closer to a true I think you mean translation, but maybe you do mean transliteration from the Greek version. Nice. That's really cool. I would have never guessed that. Oh, that's so cool. Trying to think. I'm not sure. I think you're just talking about Daphne, just like the rest of us, McKenna. I think. I'm not certain, but Christina says it's actually a really sweet, genuinely intimate moment between the main character and her love interest. Yeah, so the main character was bathing to get off all the blood and dirt off her. Nice. Yeah, I think and I'm not comparing your writing to this, right? Because I'm not going to do that to you. But I think ACOTAR, is it the ACOTAR series? They have some scenes like that kind of. Margot, the Daphne version, yeah, with the different spelling. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, it's very cool. Sarita says, I only got up to like chapter 7 of like 32, realized it veered off track too much for me, that I couldn't get myself to write again, so I had to re-outline and match up. I totally get it. I feel like a lot of people say your outline should be a living document, and it's not meant to be concrete. My brother included, who wrote a book before me, and his book was so good. I wish he would put it out. But anyways, yeah, I do make some changes to my outline, but I think what I did before when I changed it was I actually duplicated the tab and then made changes, so I knew my original was still there if I wanted to look back at it. But yeah, it's definitely a living document. Christina, yeah, I love the spelling of that name. Yeah, it's so nice, isn't it? Is Chick-fil-A really that good? I don't even think I spelt it. It's okay. No worries, sir. Oh, you're a New Zealander too. I wonder, have you streamed with Ash? I think Ash is in New Zealand too. That's really cool, Sarita. Okay, Mike's playing with another toy. No, it's not. I mean, it's okay. Chick-fil-A is okay. It's all right. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not worth camping out overnight for. Americans love spelling things wrong on purpose. Yeah, we have a way with that, don't we? Transliteration just means letters to letters instead of translating. Oh, okay. Very cool. Learn something new every day. Thanks, Margot. Because, yeah, I would have never known that's what that meant. It's Chick-fil-A. The bit is that a cow wrote it, trying to divert beef-based diets. To be honest, it's really good chicken. They're just homophobic. Yeah. See, that's the other downside. Like, not only is the food, I mean, the food is okay, right? But when companies stand on that sort of stuff, I don't know. I still will eat at Chick-fil-A, but honestly, it's very rare. Like, very rare that I do that. And it's mostly just because there's not much, too much around me, like right around me. But I really can't even remember the last time I went to a Chick-fil-A. Very cool. I don't know how the hell you got those. I mean, how the heck you got those symbols in there, but that's really cool, Margot. Thank you for sharing that. That's really neat. Christina says, personally, hold on. I don't want to go too far away from my mic, but I had to itch my ankle. Personally, I don't think Chick-fil-A is all that great. It's very normal to me. Yeah. If you've had it for your whole life, it probably does feel very normal. Like I said, we really didn't have it down near me very much. So Miles says it's not as good as Popeyes. I don't know. I do like Chick-fil-A's food more than Popeyes, but Sarita says, okay, I have heard of Popeyes. I've heard of some people having some really bad stomach issues from Popeyes. And I genuinely don't mean myself. I mean other people, but yeah. Yeah, Popeyes is so much better. Oh God, guys, I'm so hungry. I'm making everyone super hungry through this conversation. I don't have a Popeyes, and Sarita said same. She's getting hungry. Christina said, I don't have a Popeyes in my town. I'm so sad about it. Yeah. Don't worry, you're not missing out on anything, in my opinion. The way I could kill for a Popeyes biscuit with some honey right now. See, the biscuits are like so rich though. Like, I think they're part of the problem. I don't know. They're like so buttery. And like, I grew up in the South. Okay. Like, I'm very progressive, just so we're clear. I don't want anyone like taking that as, I don't want anyone to have a bad perception of me because I say that I'm from the South, but I am very progressive. I am not super conservative or anything, but yeah, I'm from the South, and we had a lot of Southern cooking and lots of biscuits and that sort of thing. And like, I don't know, their biscuits are like, it's like straight butter. Sometimes it feels like. Christina, this is tragic, or that is tragic. I really don't think you're missing anything, but I guess I'm on an island here on this one a little bit. That's okay. Margot says, oh, you have a Greek keyboard. Oh, nice. When I do Duolingo, I forget that that's an option, because when I do Duolingo, they're like, you can get a language, like a keyboard for the language that you're learning. And I'm like, who am I going to be texting in these other languages? And now I know, like, you can use it for lives. It does come in handy. Ian says, I still call it Chick-fil-A. We don't have any here. Yeah. You're also not missing anything, Ian. Like, these things are nice to have, but they're really not. incredible or necessarily. The biscuit. Oh my gosh. We listen and we don't judge. Thanks, Miles. Yeah, that's the best part. Do you mean the biscuit? I don't know, man. I can't get behind the biscuits. We love Popeyes at this house. Hey, more power to you. Like I said, my brother loves it. So, you know, to each their own. It's just not my favorite thing. Girl, I'm Southern too. The more butter, the better. I'm not saying they're like homemade, but like, man, am I going to die on a biscuit hill? I mean, look, that's fine. If that floats your boat, I'm happy for you, for sure. I really liked the strawberry biscuit Popeyes had. Ooh, I don't know if I ever saw that. That's pretty cool though. All right, let's see. We have some kids running outside in the hall. I think I can hear them. Mike's grumbling a little bit because he could hear them too. Michael. It's okay. I swear we just had like 15 kids run down the hall, giggling and being loud. We have, it's summer and the pools are open and it's just kids are everywhere, you know? Miles says a perfectly hinged tangent. Yeah, we went on a major tangent, but that's okay. Do you guys want to try and fit one more sprint in? Like, let me know what y'all think. I usually try to stop around 9:30, so we could just keep gabbing for a bit. Christina says, LMAO, I was wondering how we got here. Yeah, it was a very roundabout thing, but LOL, I'll take full responsibility. Yeah, I think this started with Beth, maybe. I'm not certain, but Margot says spin the wheel. Yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel? You want to do another sprint? What are you thinking? I mean, we can do another sprint. I do feel okay. You know, I feel like if I have to keep going past 9:30, that's not a huge deal if we're all feeling very motivated. Yeah, Christina said I'm down for another spin. McKenna with these emojis. Okay, Ian's good for another. He has to keep reading anyways. Miles says I'm down to hang. Had to take a break, but we'll write tonight if it kills me. No problem. Yeah, I will say this. If we do another sprint, I may take like 2 seconds just to run to the bathroom and then like top off my chocolate milk. So you'll see my like AFK, my away from keyboard picture for 2 seconds, but I promise I'll come right back. Okay, it sounds like most people want to do another run, so let's do it. Let's make it happen. I do feel like tonight's a good night for it. Now, I will say if we get the Wheel of Doom on this one, I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, we'll do it. If it happens, we'll do it because the wheel is God, you know, like in this stream, the wheel dictates our future. So we're gonna just go with it if it happens, but that's on us. We did this to ourselves. Yeah. I mean, like I said, if it's meant to be, it'll be, you know, I'll take it as a sign, but McKenna, oh, Mike's about to start barking. Hold on. All right, he's got to go to the bathroom too, I guess. He's giving me all the signs. So let me go ahead and get this wheel spun and we'll see what we're looking at. Do the doom. Oh my gosh. All right, let me get us over here. Oh my gosh. $30 minutes. Cute. Thank God. Okay. Like I would have done the doom if it had to happen, but 30 is much more manageable. I've really got to start turning this timer off every time I come over here. Anyways, let me get this set up for us and we'll dive right in. And like I said, I'll probably run Mike out real quick too. Okay, cool. I'm glad you all are very understanding, but I just like to make sure you know, you'll see me go away for 2 seconds, but I will be back. So Ian likes to, I know. Ian's probably like, every time I flip back, he's probably like just jamming, just lightly jamming on his end, but just grooving over in Canada. But yeah, let me go ahead and get this queued up and yeah. There you go. Exhibit A. Pleased as punch. Just as we suspected. All right. I have 30 minutes on the clock. All right. You're all Southern to me. That's true. I didn't think of that. That's true. OMG, this episode of SWAT has my D&D queen, Anjali Burmani. Ooh. I have not gotten into D&D. They used to have a group at my workplace, and we're about to get on a whole nother tangent, and I don't have time for that. But I gotta say, we'll resume this. We'll pick this up, Miles. If you remind me on another stream, we'll pick this up. But yeah, my old place where I used to work had a D&D like group that would play at work after hours every Tuesday night, and they tried so hard to get me to join. And I never did, just because if I was going to play D&D, it wouldn't be with people I work with. But yeah, I am curious. Eventually, one of these days when I have more time, I would love to like try and maybe try and do some D&D and learn about it. But Miles says, let's go. All right. Yeah. So that being said, let's get the timer queued up, and I wish you all the best of luck, and I will see you on the other side of 30 minutes. Good luck, everyone. how's everybody doing? How did that sprint go? I have lots of thoughts. But I'm going to look at the chat first because I saw there were some things popping up as I was writing at the end there. Beth said, okay, I'm eating, so here's my final count. LOL. Chapter 17 done. Nice. Very good, Beth. 2,211 words for the day and chapter. Nice. 56,497 in the book so far. That's very solid progress, Beth. Very impressive. And 2,211 words for the day is very good. You should be super proud of that. Beth says, last line, she blinked and the image was gone. Dun, dun, dun. I love that. That's so great. I love that so much. Oh, Ian, you're such a great cheerleader, Ian. Says, you rocked the day, Beth. Awesome. Beth said, thanks. Considering it was another rough mental health day, I'm so happy for this sprint and y'all keep me writing. Oh, that's so sweet, Beth. Sorry, my headphones were all tangled up there. Yeah, it's nice having friends to write with, isn't it? Like, it does make a difference. Let's see. Margot says, I added 150 and lost, or, you guys know what I mean. Cut 350 for the chapter. That's good. Progress. I mean, I genuinely feel like sometimes you have to get rid of what doesn't work in order to see what will work. So that's very productive. Sarita says, outlined 3 more chapters. Nice. This is turning into completely re-outlining the middle. I have to tell you, Sarita, I think the middle's like the hardest part. A lot of people say it's the beginning. I did not experience that. I feel like the fun and games portion, the middle part, is the hardest part because there's so much buildup that has to happen in that time. McKenna says 117 words and some research. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I was doing a little research too in that sprint. Sarita, yes, I agree. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, to each their own, but I'm actually pretty happy with my beginning. It's the middle that's like, it's hard to like, I feel like progressing the story is, or progressing like, how do I put this? Like, I guess progressing the story is easy, right? I could figure out like what points I needed to allude to and kind of like what foreshadowing I needed to do in the middle, but trying to intertwine that seamlessly with different actions or like eventful scenes. I feel like it's so hard to do that and keep it interesting the whole time, Margot agrees. Def the middle. Okay. Yeah, Sarita says, I low-key struggle with this part, but always have a start and an end. Yeah, that's how I feel, too. Christina says, okay, wrote like 93 words and then had to look over my outline because logistics. Okay, so you're in the same place as Sarita, it sounds like, kind of. It's like I have a mystery on top of this fantasy, so I have to figure out when people know what, Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with like foreshadowing and everything. It's kind of like hard to tell how to best fold that in to an existing interesting plot. Yeah. Ian says, I just kept reading and making comments. Oh, and I cleaned the cat litter. You know what? That's a victory. I hate doing my cat. Like, I have a cat too, and I hate doing his cat boxes. It's just brutal. I feel like it just kills my back. And I promise I'm not that old, but it just feels like it's just brutal. And I just keep thinking like, I know they have these high-tech cat litter boxes, but I'm like, really, we can have AI, but we can't figure out a better way to like clean litter boxes or handle cat litter boxes. It's annoying. Okay, Beth agrees. Yes, the middle is the hardest. I'm in the last few chapters and it's flowing so much easier than in earlier chapters. Yeah. So it's flowing. Okay. Yeah. So it's flowing so much easier than in earlier chapters. Okay. Yeah. I feel like the beginning and end, I guess that's a good word for it, flowing, right? Like I feel like the pace of it, it's easy to move kind of quicker in those parts. And then the middle, I think the challenge is actually in not having the middle drag, like you don't want your middle, you don't want to lose someone in the middle. You need to keep it interesting enough that the story is progressing and holding the reader's attention, but that's like a tall order, you know? So yeah, that's what I mean by foreshadowing, Christina, and dropping clues of certain things that happen in the climax. Low key, I forgot about this one thing that has to happen, so the whole sprint was just staring at my outline. Yeah, it looks like Sarita's agreeing with you. The amount of brackets I have in my draft to make sure I haven't forgotten key points like this. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people that use the brackets too. They're big advocates of the brackets. I do not really use brackets except for more like names, and then I do sometimes use it for stuff like this. If there's a conversation where I know I could potentially loop back and add foreshadowing, like a piece of foreshadowing dialogue into it, I will use brackets. But otherwise, I try not to use them, because my fear is if I use brackets, I'll use them a lot, and then I'll get to the end and I will have written all the fun stuff. And then all I'll have left is the brutal stuff, like the truly hard work. And then I just won't do it because I'll be overwhelmed. But yeah, people seem to really vary on using the brackets. Some people love them. Some people don't use them at all. It's very interesting. But anyways, okay. Well, with that, guys, I think we are getting to the end of the stream here. I did want to remind everyone that on Thursday, I will be streaming at 7 because I have Taylor streaming with me, Taylor and Wright. I am beyond excited. I'm going to be so nervous, but it should be a really fun time. I'm sure all of you know who she is. She's just such a sweetheart, and I'm really looking forward to it. So it should be a big, yeah, woot woot. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm like so nervous, but so excited. So please, please, please hit that notification bell to be reminded for that stream if you haven't done so already. Yeah, thanks, Ian. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. Very much looking forward to it. Christina, yay. Oh, don't be nervous. You'll do great. You're so sweet. You guys have so much faith in me. And I got to tell you, I'm sure it'll be okay, but I'm definitely nervous about it. So yeah. So anyway, so that's coming up on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Before you leave, before we wrap up tonight, if you could do me a favor and smash the like button down below, it would be a big help and much appreciated. If you don't feel like doing it, that's totally, totally fine. I have scheduled my next 2 streams tentatively. I am going to be starting my summer classes next week. And so I don't have any streams next week because I want to just focus on my classes. And then as of right now for the streams the following week, I have it listed as just being me right now. But that's more because I kind of want to wait and see how bad my course load is. Because there are some people I want to stream with. And I'm going to reach out to them with dates. Some of them may or may not be in the stream right now. And I'm going to reach out to them with dates. But I'm a little bit hesitant to send any dates until I get a grasp on what my workload is going to look like for my classes, because that will kind of dictate how often I want to try and do like streams with other people, because they do take a little bit more out of me. Like I get a lot out of them, but I do get very anxious leading up to them. So I just want to make sure I'm spreading them out appropriately and things like that. So no streams next week. The following week, I have it listed as just me, but that could change. So just keep your eyes on that. But yeah, so hopefully everyone, hopefully everyone can understand. I just want to like check in on that real quick and see how that pans out. But yeah, hopefully I will see you all on Thursday, and I hope everyone has a really great night, really great rest of your night. And with that being said, be brave, be a light, and remember that you're all so, so loved. And I will see you all on Thursday. Bye, guys.